Last week we spoke about the world of colors, and we explained that there is 7 main colors, and there's 3 main colors, and then we're going to explain what is color. For those that wasn't, I'm just going to repeat it quickly, or some of you that forgot, I'm just going to explain how color being created. Color being created from the ray of a light, and it doesn't make a difference which light is it, if it's the light of the sun or not, or from the light of electricity. Those rays, when they hit an object, they get absorbed. Those rays that get absorbed, those electromagnetic that get absorbed, create the colors. We explained that there is 3 main colors, and they are red, yellow, and blue. Those are the main colors. Then we move on and we link it to the rainbow, and here we have an argument. And that I would like just to repeat again about the colors of the rainbow, because Louis didn't agree with us. Louis, so I think that I checked it up, and I've done a bit of resource, and I'm going to go through the 7 colors, and then I explained it. So the main 7 color in the rainbow is red, orange, yellow, green, baby blue, blue, and purple. That's the final color. Although you don't see the purple in the end of the rainbow. It starts with the color red on the top, and at the bottom it's finished with the same color of the sky that look like a baby blue. And we explained what is it spiritually, that the red represented the attribute of judgment, and slowly it's going down, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu showed that at the moment there is judgment on the world, and he's changing it slowly to become more soft, to attribute of mercy. That's what we explained, and that's how we ended up. And then we go on about the bow, that the rainbow look like a bow, but the rainbow is a complete circle. But we see only one part of it, that it look like a bow that's aiming to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu say, I'd rather take the arrow into me and not to the human being, not hurt the human being. That's how we ended up last week, very briefly. Okay, and we start with the book of the Ramak. The Ramak, Rabbi Moshe Cordovero. Rabbi Moshe Cordovero born 492 years ago. He born in Cordova, a place that's called Cordova, that's in Spain. And he wrote a book, Pardes Rimonim, the orchard of pomegranate. That's the book. And one of the chapters, they call it Shar. Shar is a gate. And one of the chapters, he speak about color. And he linked the normal color that we see through our eyes, especially say through our eyes, the color that we see through our eyes. And Meish, last week, you remember Meish, that you explained to us how does it look on a computer. But the electromagnetic ray that hit certain object and whatever get absorbed, that's what create the color that we see in our eyes. How does that fit with the spiritual world? So I would like to start with the color red, the same like the rainbow. And we explained that the color red spiritually, okay, represent attribute of judgment. You remember that? So the Ramak explained, no problem with that. He agreed with that. But there is more into it. The Ramak say that for us to understand, beside that he showed the attribute of judgment, you know which angel also represent the red color? Any one of you have any idea? Malach Gabriel. The color of the Malach Gabriel is red. Not only that he said that when people look at the color red, what does it do to people that look at color red? Sorry?
It represents anger,
heat, and excitement. What else?
Stop.
Sorry?
Stop. Red means stop.
Stop. Okay, that's if we look at a robot. You remember we spoke about it. But we're talking about it now.
We talk about human terms. In human terms, it's actually anger and that type of thing. Whereas blue on the other side is compassion.
Okay. So in a physical world, what you're saying is passion. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Energy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anger. whatever you say is right, but the Ramak adding up that people that suffer from low blood pressure, when they look at the color red, Rabota, listen to that, it actually helped them to uplift the blood pressure. That people that suffer from low blood pressure, they should look at the color red. Not only that, let's imagine for 1 second, we're sitting in a room that paint all red. At the beginning, it's very exciting. After a while, it starts to irritate. And after that, the blood starts working. And that's helping the blood pressure to go up. So people that suffer from low blood pressure, the Ramak said that they should look at color red. Let's move on. The color orange. How would you describe color orange? When you look at orange, you know, by the way, before we continue, each one of us have a connection to certain colors. Some people like red, some people like white, some people love blue. Each one of us. The Ramak say, if you want to know who's the person, ask him what color he loves. Which color he connected quicker. And we'll see now. That's why I'm going to explain it on a spiritual world and physically. We're going to try and connect it to physically. So the Ramak explained that the color orange help people that have negative feeling, that all the time think negatively, okay? By looking at the color orange, help them to change that anger, that negative looking at world. That's mean. We see from here that the orange, not only that it's help to clear up the emotion, it's helping now something else, ahavat habriot, to love other people. And if you look at orange, try to imagine you're looking at orange. What do you feel? That means that it starts clearing all of those negativity thoughts that you have in your mind. Let's move on to the color yellow. How would you describe color yellow? I'll give you a hint. When we look at the sun, what color we see when people draw sun? Yellow. What face they put? Smiley, nachon? You remember the image smiley? Yellow. Why dafka yellow? Try to change that image of smiley from yellow to black or to red. Wouldn't work. Wouldn't be smile anymore. So the Ramak said that lived many, many years, almost close to 500 years ago. He said that the color yellow actually helped people to be happy. By looking at the color yellow, it's actually helping the soul to be uplift and to be open, to feel more open and happiness. So people that suffering actually from depression should look at yellow. Number one. Number two, you remember when we spoke about health? Where's Ivan? Ivan, you wanted Rambam. Remember, we're going to do health of the Rambam. What did we say that the Rambam say? A person should walk 20 minutes a day in the sun. Why dafka in the sun? What does he receive? Vitamin D. Why is vitamin D dafka? Because vitamin D helps depression. Now you understand how what the Rambam say close to 900 years ago and the Ramak link it together to the spiritual world. That the color yellow, Rabotai, it's against depression. Looking at color yellow help you to smile. And that's why the people, when they design the image of smiley, they put the background yellow. Now we understand how the spiritual world and the color world fit together. Let's move on, the color blue. When I say the color blue, I'm talking about baby blue, okay, the color of the sky, any other color that refers to blue. That's color that the Ramak said that's calming a person. It's a very cool color that keeps you cold, calm, relaxed. And not only that, that the Ramak said that people that have a lot of stress should go to the sea or to a river to look at the color of the water, and looking at the sky and the sea help people to relax. So quite often we hear in December, I'm going on holiday, I'm going to sit by the beach and relax. It's a common word in South Africa, December. Okay? The color purple. Color purple, Rabotai, it's a very, very distinguished color that can connect the physical world to the spiritual world. Hazal tell us that if you look, when people is in a higher level of spiritual, you see around them, there is like kind of hila. Hila is like a tent. Sorry. A hela. You call it? Aura. That's what you say in English? Aura. You see an aura color around them. That means that they reach to the higher level of spirituality. Purple. Purple. What does purple help? The color purple help to string the thought. Okay? It's when you look at it, okay? Not only that, it connects you to the spiritual world. Okay? And not only that, it helps you to connect to the spiritual world, the thought and the memory, it helps to string the memory by looking at color purple. To string the memory of a human being. Yeah, to string the memory. Understand, Menachem, you look a bit confused. Maybe I didn't explain myself. To string, it means that you make it strong. You know, people suffering from, have a weak memory. To strength, that's it. Sorry, my English is not as good as yours. The color green. I'll make up for it, okay. The color green, you remember we spoke last week about the color green. We touched it briefly when you was in charge about the hospital. Color green, today most of hospital being painted by the color green. Why is Dafka color green? The Ramak explained that the color green helps the cell of the body, by looking at it, to reproduce themselves. Not only that, if a person's sick, it can help to heal the cell of the body. You're laughing, Ivan. This is... Wait. Give me a step. Give me one step ahead. Not only that, the Ramak say that when a person looks at the color green, just sitting and looking at green, beside that it's building a new cell and stringing the body, it's doing something else. We have green tree, Nahon, at night. What does the tree do? Absorbing the poison, Nahon, and release oxygen. Nahon, help us. Why Dafka that? Why Dafka the tree? The color green helps to rebuild the cell. That means that as much that you have more trees around you, you have more fresh air. Not only that, that the tree actually filterizes the air. That's what they do. So from here we see by being in nature in the green, you actually can heal yourself. Let's move on, and now I'm going to touch the two important color, white and black. We explained that white is a color that actually does not absorb any ray. The color white that we see, that means any white color that you see, it means that those rays, those objects, didn't absorb those color. But in a spiritual way, how would you explain the color white? What is the symbol? Now to give us an idea, Yom Kippur, what do we wear? The Hazan wear kittel, white. Why dafka kittel? To show mercy. To show something else. What are we showing on Yom Kippur? Sorry? Purity. What else? Forgiveness. More. Develop that idea. Innocent. What else? Compassion. There's one more thing. That's on a physical way, on a spiritual.
But cleaning yourself, spiritually.
That's it, cleaning. But there's one more. Like an angel. So what the angel? No, develop that. There is what we call giveaway. When a person is a vatran. In Hebrew we say vatran. In English you say to give way. That's what the dictionary say for vatran. It means nish gafelach, it's happened. Let's move on. It's not the end of the world. It's not so dafka. Very forgiving. So the color white actually symbol forgiving. Now let's look at it from the physical way. Ivan say, what does it show, Ivan? The color white. When there is a war between two nations, and you want to show that you're surrendering, what do? The white flag, everyone knows, surrendering. That means that you give away. That's it, you give it up. So what does it do to us when a person looks at the color white? And which angel are belong to it? So I'll tell you, the Malach Michael, the angel Michael, his color is white. Michael Usar Israel, the angel Michael, he is the minister of the Jewish people. That means he always talk good about the Jewish people. But the color white, if we look at it, how would you describe it now? That means he doesn't absorb nothing, and he just gives back everything. It's tell us one thing, mercy. We're going to go now, after we finish the color black, I'll move that the color in the fruit and the vegetables. And we see how it react, the color white and fruit and vegetables. But before that, I would like to continue with the black color that we see. The black color that we see, that means that every object that there is, the ultraviolet ray been absorbed completely. It doesn't release nothing. That's what creates the color black. Color black, Rabotai, think about it carefully. You see people that they judge, lawyer, we're always black. You don't see them red suit, white suit. Always black. Why? To show you that the color black mean, sorry, Menachem? Judgment. No. Not only judgment. That the person is serious. Now it will tell you why Dayanim, everyone know what is Dayanim? Dayanim is judge, lehavdil, in a Jewish religion. Dayanim, rabbi, always wear black and white to show serious, that represent black, and white that represent mercy. That means that people focusing. When you want to see people that focus, they wear always black, lawyers, judges, rabbis. That means that they always have to be focusing. Spiritually, the black color represents the tuma. The tuma is the impurity. That means that it can represent also negative. The flag, the color flag of a pirate, what is it? Black. Nachon? We have today a new terrorist group that called ISIS, Daesh. What's their color? Black. Okay. Hamas and all the others, black. Why? That it show you that black can translate to two. Serious or negative. That's why black absorbs everything. But depends where you take in that color of the black. You can take it to the good side or you can take it to the negative. You follow what I'm saying? That's in a spiritual way. Now let's move on to fruit and vegetables. How's the color white fit? Which fruit and vegetables you know that have color white?
Reddish.
Sorry?
Reddish.
Reddish. Move on. Garlic. Onion. Onion. Huh?
Marrow. Horseradish.
Horseradish. Yeah, that's right. You mentioned. Lychees. Yeah. Sorry? Orange is wine inside? The skin. No. We're talking about the fruit himself. Fruit, proper fruit. So what does it come to symbol? Now let's look at fruit and health. we know, I don't know how many of you know, I'm sure most of you know, that the natural antibiotic and the natural medicine today, it's all, everyone know that it's garlic and onion. People that in the olden days, that before modern medicine time, before we have all the injection, they used to use garlic as the best thing. That's the natural antibiotic, what we call it. Sorry?
In the 1950s, when the polio epidemic came out, we used to have a little matchbox, garlic, take garlic, put it in the matchbox, hang it around the neck. And that,
For what? You know why?
to prevent polio. That was the idea.
To prevent
Polio.
polio.
Yes.
So I tell you, the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat. Where's Steve? Steve? Steve, here you are. You study Masechet Shabbat, nachon? The Gemara in Masechet Shabbat, there is there, the Mishnah say actually, the Mishnah in Masechet Shabbat say that there is what we call kamiyah. In English, to say kamiyah is charming luck. Nachon? How would you say kamiyah? Sorry? An amulet. An amulet, a person not allowed to go on Shabbos with a charming luck that it's not professionally made. What it means professionally made? That our sages say. Now you talk about the garlics that used to hang here against polio. Hazal tell us that when a person take salt and garlic, remember Rabbi Tenza spoke today about the evil eye? Hazal tell us that garlic and salt is against the evil eye. Understand? So it's not only antibiotic, it's also against the evil eye. Let's move on. The color red in fruit and vegetables. Apples. What else? You take the tomatoes, the red wine, the beetroot, the red beetroot. What is that assembling in health? So in the last research that they done, they found out that the color red in fruit and vegetable does help to renew the blood cell and to filterize them, to clean them up. So when you eat a lot of tomatoes, it's filterizing your blood cell and creating new blood cell. Are you happy with that so far, Menachem? You wanted that shi'ur. You look a bit... Are you okay with that? If you're not, stop me, please. The color green. We know that in fruit and vegetables we have... Well, which fruit, vegetables we have green? Cabbage, lettuce, what else? Avocado, spinach, parsley, bean,
Green peppers.
green, you name it. What do they help? So in last research they found, and one of them I tested, cabbage. Remember the word cabbage? That's kind of a vegetables. And I tested it on myself, and I can tell you how does it work on me magically. Because I didn't believe in it until I tested. But cabbage, let's speak about the color green before we move to cabbage. The color green help to clean the toxic on the body. That means that when you eat green vegetables, help to clean the toxics that is inside the body. 7-8 years ago, I have a lot of heartburn. I gone to the doctor, and the doctor found out that I have an ulcer. Okay. So I gone on heavy medication, heavy antibiotic. Baruch Hashem, it's clear. Then 3 years ago, I suddenly get again heartburn. Wasn't as bad, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go to the doctor. But it was Sunday afternoon, there's no doctor. So anyway, I'd gone to the show, and my friend was sitting with me, and now we was talking. And I said to him, you know, I don't know, this heartburn start coming again. I don't know what make me saying it. My friend said to me, listen, take a cabbage. put it on a blender and drink the juice. That means squeeze the juice from the cabbage and drink it. It's bitter, but drink it. Huh? Oh, what can I lose? He said, drink a cup, no more. Okay, I made a cup. I take a taste. I was thinking it's going to be so bitter, you know, compared to grain. It's ice cream.
The grain today is water.
So anyway, I take a sip. It's nice. I tell you, not more than 15 minutes, the heartburn disappears. So you know what, in that case, tomorrow I'll do again. Let me taste. I've done another cup, because you allow the cup a day, by the way. Let me mention that. It's not good too much. Everything in moderation. For 3 days I've done that. And it's disappeared. So all the toxic that was disappeared. So that's personal. I have the personal experience with the cabbage juice. So if anyone have any heartburn, try that. You have heartburn. So remember what you do. You put it and you drink the juice. Do not take the garbage that came. You have to squeeze it with a blender. The rubbish you throw. Just the juice you drink. Not more than cup. 1 cup a day, Ivan. Huh? No, green cabbage. I didn't see white cabbage. Did you see white cabbage? There is such thing. You're going to have, by the way, let me explain to you. When the cabbage, after you squeeze it in a blender, the juice that's going to come have a lot of foam. Drink that. Okay? Don't throw it away. 1 cup a day. Try it for a few days. See how you're feeling. And then we will discuss it. Let's move on to the color orange in fruit and vegetables. Sorry? Carrots. What else? Mango, papaya, orange. What else? Sorry?
Orange.
Citrus, we mentioned now. Yes, orange. What do they help? They help to keep the body fresh and the skin of the body, to keep it all the time fresh and healthy. So when you eat fruit and vegetables that they colors orange, they help the skin and the body to keep it fresh and young. The color yellow. Where do you find yellow? Banana, full of potassium. Let's move on. What else? Lemon. Huh? Pineapple. What else? Do you remember fruit and vegetables? Squash. At the squash, I saw that squash can turn the color also close to pumpkin is orange. But what we call tiras. Tiras, you know what is tiras? No, none of you know what is tiras in Hebrew. What is the South African eat? They have to eat mealies, because you can't eat burvus without pap. You know? When I was now on holiday, it was, I'll tell you a story, you're going to laugh. The place that I was, no Jews. All Afrikaans people. And next to me was next house, next door was Afrikaans people. And every night, the guy brine. You know, brine every night. So I needed something, and I've gone to him. You're laughing, Menachem? Listen to that, It's not a joke. I've gone to him and I say, you brine every night, What's the story here? How's it work, I was there for 2.5 weeks. I brine twice, and I have enough. Enough. You every night, how do you cope with it? You say you didn't see the pap. By the way, his wife, she lectured at university. You know what she specialized on? He's engineer, he's a civil engineer. She's a nutrition. I said to him, so how does it fit every night, Brian? It's different, you know. I didn't, you know, where we was, the grass full of thorns, you know, and I warn my kids, do not walk 1 minute without slip slop or anything. I want to tell you, with my slip slop, I got torn on my feet. But you see them walking, no shoes, no slip slops, no thorns. I don't understand that. Can you explain to me? Menachem, I'm asking seriously now. How does it work? That 1 second I put my foot out, with my slip-slop, the thorn hit me. The babies walk barefoot. I couldn't understand that. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's unbelievable. Okay, let's move on for where we was. We was in the color yellow. Am I right? What does the color yellow do? The color yellow helped the vision, the eye vision. To look at color yellow, to eat fruit and vegetables that they colors yellow, help to string the vision. So now, what's the time? Whoa. We have another few minutes. We're just going to skip 1 more minute to summarize, and with that I'm going to end the show. The color yellow, it helped the vision like we mentioned. So if we summarize now what the Ramak say and what we looked at research that people done, how's it affect? How's the color in our world that we see, that we explained previously, that color that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created is, some of them to create camouflaging, you remember? Some of them is a warning color, surrendering color, you remember? To excite the people to have a better appetite of the fruit and the vegetables. Now we look today and we learn how do they can help us to cure ourselves. Not only that, by looking at them, how they can change the human body. So may please God, if any one of you need any explanation in depth, and you want to look at it, at the color of the world, from a spiritual point of view or health point of view, we can discuss it privately. Sure. There? The visual spectrum. Maybe we should explain who was the Rebbe. The Rebbe, Rabbi Shneor Zalman, he wasn't a normal human being. He was a giant amongst giants. He used to work for United States Navy, belonged to the army. A brain like you can't believe. It's beyond us to understand. By the way, I spoke to Meish, and he told me that the Rebbe, but I listened to that carefully, the Rebbe studied with Albert Einstein. Do you know that? Yes. Sorry? Oh, yeah, in a university, yeah. And then in France. So the Rebbe, besides being a giant in Yiddishkeit, also in the physical world, he was a giant.